What's good, everybody? What's going on, man? It's Stephen Qualls II, aka Mr. Qualified. It's your boy, and we're back with another episode of Qualified TV. Man, got another very, very special guest for y'all this week. Somebody I've had the opportunity of knowing since undergrad days at Mizzou. I think I tried to get something done while we was there, but it wasn't able to materialize into anything. But happy to still have the opportunity after these years, man. So definitely let the people know who you are for those that don't know, and then we'll just hop right into the interview from there.
Yeah, so my name is Stan Rogers, DJ Stain, owner and operator of By Stan R. I'm a fashion designer. Um, in the nutshell, also I'm a disc jockey, DJ, professional DJ. Um, and wear a couple different hats. I'm also in music production and music artist management services, which deals with music production and marketing, merchandising, things of that sort. And I've done freelance work in the past as well. So I just, in the nutshell, just music and fashion.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, so definitely a creative, for the most part, foundation for sure. Yeah, but when do you feel like you kind of had your first creative spark? Like, when did you know that you just wanted to create shit, basically?
Oh no, like I always kind of been interested. Like I always wanted to. I would see people like be able to draw. So like I was like one of the people like when I was a kid, like my mom bought me the sketchbooks and like teach her how to draw cards and stuff. But like I don't know, bro. Some things just never like maternalized. So I'm like, I have this itch that I couldn't scratch. And I'm like, okay, let me try another medium. So I tried painting. I'm decent at painting, not the painting. I just start seeing like I wouldn't even call it like alterating or like DIY. I would really just like manipulate fabrics on like jeans and things of that sort. It's like doing different patchworks. For the time, like at the time, like again, this is like speaking like 2012, so the fashion was a lot different back then.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was definitely experimenting and that kind of just, I kind of became, I won't say I kind of embraced that into that character, like, so like that made me more interested in other brands, other designers. I'm like, if I'm doing this, I wonder what is it that I don't know. So again, it was an itch that needs to be scratched. So I just went ahead and pursued it all the way, and that led me to University of Missouri, where I got my bachelor's degree in textile apparel management with an emphasis in product development and a minor in business. And I graduated there and just been on up and up since then. So just been with my own brand and working with other brands, building a network and a foundation. So it's been fun. So that's kind of where the journey's been taking me.
for sure. Absolutely. Do you think that fashion, or would you consider fashion to be your first love in a sense?
Oh, for sure. Cause DJ, I was like playing with, I was like hand sewing stuff.
Mm,
My sophomore year in high school, and I was 15 years old. 15 years old. We didn't have no. So I didn't get a sewing machine until I was in college. My freshman year in
mm,
college,
okay.
literally. So like I was hand sewing everything up until that point, and doing a
Mm,
lot of design work, like a lot of Photoshop, Illustrator work. So like the fashion also led me to that point. Incorporating technology. iPad work, digital illustration, and things of that sort. But yeah, fashion is definitely my first love.
for sure. Absolutely. What's your favorite thing about fashion? Like when you think about the ability to create, when you think about what you want to create, what's your favorite thing about that space and kind of what you're able to do and how you're able to manipulate those things to create what you want?
It's the things that I don't know. That's what's
Mm,
intriguing. So
okay.
like that I'm more that's why I'm like I get a lot of inspiration from like just the love of the game, just
Mm,
seeing what's been done, seeing what hasn't been done, because it's like seeing and just in that broad sense, because like everybody does things approaches everything everybody approaches things differently, especially in this industry. So I just appreciate the history behind it. So that's kind of what's really what drives me.
I feel that. No, that's real. I think that's a true characteristic of anybody. If you're a student of anything, I think that comes from wanting to learn everything that you can. So you spoke about your time at Mizzou. And so of course us being there around the same time. I definitely saw like how much you just had like it was just a big presence on campus. Like you yourself but then also your brand just became like a huge staple of campus. So speak to what that experience was like for you, like seeing your creations kind of really, get flooded throughout a community and start to become a staple. What was that feeling and experience like for you?
I mean, I feel like anybody would like, okay, it was validating. Let's be honest, it was validating. It's just
For
like,
sure.
okay, of course, I believe in myself, but I can't do it alone. I need the support of my people, and the community. So, but the community and our people are not just gonna support anything, So
Right.
like, if it's hot, it's hot, and like that's why I appreciate the people I surround myself with, even just the people, the creators that exist right now in our world, even ones that don't know they're creatives yet, is that if it's good, it's going to sell. If something's nice, if something they hear something that's intriguing, they're going to say, "Oh, I like this." If they see something they like, they're going to say, "I like that." They don't even know who made it, where it came from, how it got there. It doesn't matter in that moment. That's really what matters. So it's like that community is really what really drove me. So like even now, I've had to switch my mindset coming back from that, go from college to the real world, like where I'm trying
Right.
to not just be in a community, I'm trying to go to other communities, use that community, go to another community, I kind of just expand internally and then externally as well. So it's definitely been a journey, but at that time in college, like it was definitely like I would I would say like the valid for sure. But again, just I got to do something else. Like it's always about one up in myself. So it's like, in that moment, it felt good, but it's like once I sold out of stuff, or like people were like, "What's next?" It's like I kind of already had. I was like, I gotta always be like 3 steps ahead. Like again, I always want to be better than what I didn't did. So like, yeah, it was fun, but like that was really just the foundation to like what I'm doing now. Like so, it was definitely a learning experience though. Like really having to put myself out there, be vulnerable, um, and yeah, just be myself. Because again, like people can see through any facades, like especially like the people
Facts.
that's my market. So you got to be genuine. You got to be humble. You don't have to be humble, but you got to show some type of. You got to be able to like embrace humility. That comes with vulnerability. So like, yeah, it was just a learning experience.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
the community was there, and the support is the reason I got here. So it's like it was love all the way around for real. First time I've experienced that ever, like literally first time I had a viral product, anything like that. So like that time was definitely life changing. It's like really just trying to piggyback and then do something else.
Absolutely. Man, now that transition you referenced is huge. I think for any entrepreneur, I mean creative in general, but especially when there's the business aspect attached to it. There comes a transition from like, especially when you're doing something in college. It's not easy by any means, but you have this community like kind of set for you. So it's really just about
Mm-hmm.
can you get a product, that sells, but the community
For
is
sure,
there.
for
So that
sure.
transition, like you said, into the real world where it's like, okay, I don't have a community kind of set for me. Like I have
Mm-hmm.
it, but like I gotta go create one and
Yeah.
bring people into something without the ease of just saying like, oh, we all here already. I just gotta convince y'all.
Yep.
It's like
For
it's a
sure.
different level to it. So yeah, no, that's a big step. I think that's a how would you say that epiphany or that realization has changed your thinking? Like what exactly do you feel like is the biggest mindset difference that's happened since you kind of had that realization?
Just that I can't do it alone. Like even the name of my brand is called Bystander. So like anybody that I bring into the brand has to like embrace me in some shape or form. Like I'm not saying like embrace, but like it's my name. Like if your name's
Yeah,
attached to something, if your name's attached to something, you're going to be very tedious about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and who you're involving. So like in that case, instead coming back to the real world, like it's like I have to again not convince, but like just show people who I am and what I'm doing. You can't just have a name and then I have nothing to show for it. I'd rather have something to show for it first, and then people say, "Who is this?" Not, "Oh, who is this? What are you doing?" No, I want to hear, "What are you doing? Who are you?"
yeah,
So it's like it's a whole different approach now.
yeah, absolutely, bro. No, the name thing, That's real. Do you feel like that adds any extra pressure for you specifically? Like knowing that, especially with like bystander artists, like, no, that's literally my name. So like, is there an added level of either stress or pressure because it's literally a representation of like, your name, like your name is your actual brand, like in the most literal sense possible. Is there any added layers because of that for you?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely layers. Like, let's be honest, so like definitely layers to that. Like, I can't anybody who just names their like something after themselves is going to be like very tedious about what they're doing. But I've had to embrace it. You know, it's been a process. You know, but pressure. Only pressure I get is the pressure I put on myself. So it's definitely been. I can say, look, I can say pressure for sure. Definitely pressure because it's like, especially with like the industry that we're in right now. Either just we can just say media, entertainment, whatever. Because fashion is involved in all that. It's moved so fast. It's it moves so fast. So it's like somebody will see something, they like it, they don't, but they're on to the next. And you know what I'm saying? It's like they steady wanting to be fed. So as long as you stay consistent, you're good. So like that's like I said, only pressure I get is the pressure I put on myself. So like the name definitely is it's it's for me. I use it as a crutch. You know, like I can stand on it. It helps me stay up. Like I feel like if I named the brand anything else, it wouldn't be genuine because I really
Mm.
use it as representation of myself and motivation to just take pride in what I'm doing. Because anybody can name a brand, anything, and then just be like, can it involve anybody? And you know that's great. But like where I am now, it's like again, like, it's something I can stand on in the long run too. Like I feel like it's something that can stand the test of time. Like the name has to be strong.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, that makes a lot of sense, bro. I definitely understand it. Do you feel like was there a transition from fashion to music for you, or was music kind of already happening and then it just kind of took off, or is something you just got more serious about?
I've always been like, that's crazy. I said this earlier too. It's like even with music, like I played the drums coming growing up, like so I already had a sense of rhythm and the fundamentals of it, like instrumentation, reading music per se, and like I don't know, I was old like my parents are old heads, so like I just grew up with like around some very soulful. Um, I don't even know like the sounds you can like like Robin Thicke, like Anita, like
Yeah,
Luther, like I didn't really get in there. I didn't the hip hop I was hearing was like Biggie and Tupac. They didn't even like care for hip hop to be honest. They from a whole different generation.
yeah,
Like so like that really just influenced like what I wanted to do next. Like I got involved in poetry, so like and I like spoken words. So I was doing spoken word at a point in time. And then that transitioned to me trying rap. Didn't like rap, so I didn't like the whole recording process of it. So I'm like, okay, I want to do something. So I think one day when I was recording with my man's in high school, his name Fiber, shout out my boy Fiber, and he put out like this software program on his computer, like back then, like we were recording on like Logic or Pro. It wasn't
mm,
no Pro Tools, but things just like Logic, and he pulled up like virtual DJ like on it, like so it's just an app on the computer. I'm like, bro, what is that? He's like, I'm gonna use it to distort like your vocals, woo woo. He should start playing with it. I'm like, whoa, this is like some whole others. Like, okay. That instantly turned into me like going home and downloading that same app and start playing with it. And next thing you know, I just started DJing like little kickbacks and like just little sessions and just start playing around like all off my computer. And that's like my sophomore junior year in high school. So it's I kind of just like just gravitated there. I'm like, okay, this is something I'm good at naturally. Like I have a sense of rhythm already because I played the drums. But
yeah,
now I realize like being in the DJ game now, because again, now it's 2013, it's 2023 now. That's 10 years in now. A lot of DJs were percussionists at one point in time because it's a rhythm thing. But yeah, like it just kind of gravitated. I kind of just gravitated there. And then like with the music management, like that kind of just came to me in my lap. My man was rapping one day. He said, "Can you manage me?" I'm like, bet, I got you. I was in college.
Mhm.
That shit took off. Got him where he needed to be. I saw my other homie in college. My other homie in college, like from St. Louis, he had a man that was rapping. We started hanging out. I'm like, damn, you raw. He already had like a decent following, just need like a little push. I'm like, bet, bring me in. So I've been doing that for over 5 years now too. So everything goes hand in hand. Music and fashion, you can't have one without. You really can't have fashion without music. Like you can't have music without fashion. So,
Thanks. Yeah. So
um,
yeah. So speak more to that, man. What's it for you like being in a space where those worlds are so like, tightly intersected? Like what's that world like for you? Like what rush do you get from being in that space where those two things like kind of depend on each other, like to kind of like be at their best? Like what's that's like for you as somebody who has a strong pull to both of them?
I can do both. That's the best thing. It's natural. Like again, like in college per se, I was DJing. But again, I'm in college. I'm here to get this degree, and I
Right.
had to realize that I was like doing a couple of tours, missing classes, failing classes. I had to get my stuff together. So I had to like put that on the back burner for like a semester or two to go get this degree, and not waste no money because let's be honest, that stuff is expensive. You
Yeah.
failing classes, you just wasted your bread.
Facts.
So like really, you
Facts.
just wasted time and bread. So I had to get my head on. So like being able to wear those different hats at different times, but also like make sure they fit. So like I'm not just putting a hat on. They don't fit. Like I'm doing it. I'm gonna put my all into them. I'm gonna do my best. So um, just learning how to balance how to balance everything. And I'm doing pretty good now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Going back to DJing for a little bit, I've had the opportunity to talk to a few DJs actually, and know a few DJs, personally. And so everybody talks about that journey and that growing experience of becoming a DJ because there's so many things you have to learn. Like you'll have so many times where like you may not feel like you are where you're at, like after you have an experience DJing or something like that. But what was that process like for you? How was it growing as a DJ, learning, getting it wrong, going back, figuring it out? What was that process like for you? And what do you feel like was the biggest takeaway you had from where you started and where you are now as a DJ specifically?
Just humbling, to be honest. Just humbling. 'Cause, like you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Honestly, like why didn't I know this sooner? Because I didn't know it. Like I didn't even know that I should be knowing this. So being vulnerable, asking the right questions, and putting the ego aside. Like you can't really you can't judge about where you've been. It's not like in this game, even like in music and fashion, it's not about where you've been or what you done done. It's about what you're doing, what you're trying to do, what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
So like that's also bittersweet because I feel like we should embrace, things as they happen, but also not use them as a crutch to. But yeah, it's definitely been a humbling experience. But I just had to learn just to ask the right questions and surround myself with a good network. Um, and just for me, I talk a lot. I just learn when to be quiet, when to say, you know what I'm saying? Like just learn what kind of DJ I am. Because
mm,
again, when you're a tour DJ is not the same thing as a club DJ. Club DJ is not the same thing as an artist DJ. And it's all it's a whole different experience, a whole different like style. And you got festivals, those whole different festival DJs. And you got the wedding DJs. It's like it's a lot of us wear all those hats at once. We can all do them. It's just knowing when to put those hats on. And how to approach things differently. You got to learn. It's just a learning experience. You got to just be a student of the game again. Like again, because like right when you think you know something, you're gonna learn something new. Because also technology is changing every day. Like
mm,
so, like as a DJ, that's definitely impacted my journey as well. If I was still using the same things I was using when I was first coming up, I'll still be a great DJ because honestly, like a DJ, all you need is a board, some vinyls, or a computer. Like nowadays, like USB, like sometimes playlists, like you can have a good set. Because again, all you should be worried about is the audience. Like once I got out that mindset of like, let me just do what I want. I feel like people like appreciate it, but like no, I have to cater to my audience. That's what I really developed crowd control and like
mm,
reading a room. Like and that's just a process when you when you're coming up. So that's not something you can't teach that, but you have something you really got to experience because right when you think you know something, you're gonna learn something new.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, bro. I mean, in y'all profession, the audience is literally make or break. Like that's what you're doing it for. So if you're not affecting them, if you're not pulling them in, literally what you're doing, is pointless. So
Exactly.
definitely feel
You
that.
gotta it's and my thing is the way I approach it, even with music and with music, with like DJing and when I'm like making like clothes or design, like I want people to feel something. Like, yeah, look good, but I want to touch something like that's whether it be nostalgia or I don't know, like I want to touch something inside, like I want you to feel me. That's why I love music because you really have to like listen and you can
Yeah.
really tap into people's emotions through music. The same thing with fashion again, because it's all about the what's it like about what you see.
Mm.
You know, when you see
Yeah.
something, you can still feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Do you get the same feeling or same challenge from artist management? Like, was that something that do you feel like that's new or something that you're still, I mean, I would assume you're probably still learning from it, but does it present the same challenge as the other two, you feel
Man,
like?
that's a whole different ball game to be honest.
Already
Music
know it.
artist management is a whole different ball game because like the DJing side is fun. You
Mm,
know, like that's like me. It's like a process. Like the DJing side is like the physical. That's like the artist management is like the background, like the emotional. Like we gotta doing marketing, merchandising, analytics, market research, like that's just the business side of things. We're not even talking about the music and the production side of things. So like
yeah,
it's a whole different ball game of music than DJing and fashion.
yeah,
It's more intimate. Like it's more like what's the word? Yeah, it's like really hands on, really really hands on. Yes, DJing is literally hands on, but like there's it's just not, it's more marketing that goes into artist management than it does that goes into DJing. Honestly,
yeah, man. Honestly, I just want to know more, bro. I just want to know more about that artist management side because we I don't like, what do you think people have a real good sense of like what a manager actually is? Like for those that are not, for people that are not even in that industry, do you think there's a good understanding of what it is? And I mean, whether you do or don't, I still want to hear like from your perspective, like what does it actually mean to be a manager?
like to help build the foundation. Like for me, like I feel like is a good manager builds a found that helps build a foundation. Like, and not just helps you build it, but expand on it. Like I don't have the talent to make music, but I know the market for it. I know. Again, if you know good, if you know something. If something look good, you're gonna say it look good. If something you hear something that sound good, you're gonna say it sounds good. So like, yeah, it's just that simple. It's like I really have to break it down to like just simple. Like it's so much moving pieces that goes into it. But if you look at it at a broad and like at a general aspect, it's easier to understand it. So I just had to like learn that like not overcomplicate certain things even though it's certain things are just very hard not to kind of overcomplicate. Like
Yeah,
just the whole analytic things that go into it, like and then like show events, like you gotta think about show production, things like that. So like it's a big hat. That's a big hat.
for sure. Do you, so as the person that knows the market, right? Like, and you're responsible for essentially managing the talent, or at least the talent
Mhm.
that's selling, if you will. Do you ever
Yeah.
feel like you're in a tough spot, especially if it is like with somebody that you actually have a personal relationship with? How tough is that spot where it's like you gotta, like, all right, I ain't trying to come at you like I'm not the talent, but I understand this market we trying to sell you in, so I
Mm-hmm.
gotta have this space where I can say like something need to be better. And this ain't personal. This ain't your homie saying this. This is the person who trying to help market you saying this. How you handle being in that space and handle that aspect of it.
So just take patience, bro. Because me and let's name Matty Woods. Me and Matt butt heads all the time. Like here we go over here right now. We butt heads all the time. But like we all got a common goal at the end of the day. Like it's all you got. It's all a bigger picture. So it's like There's a lot of moving pieces into it, so it's easy to get caught up on those moving pieces. But we all gotta stay ahead of the game. So it's just patience, and again, just being a student of the game. Because when I first started off, I thought I was on the run, but then and things change. The industry changes things every day. Shit, COVID changes things. So like um, you got to just stay on your p's and q's. So patience, and being humble. Because again, only way that happens is just by understanding like perspectives. Like, yeah, I might not agree with what you're saying, but I understand why you're saying it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, like that communication aspect is just big. So, yeah.
for sure. Absolutely. No, that's yeah, no, I can see how that's a major hat, bro. How do you feel about so let's just call it a decade or a decade about since you been really getting into these different type of creative projects and these different type of creative lanes. How do you feel about your journey and your experience in the past decade? Like how like yeah, just you don't have to like go into super detail, but just what have you learned the most you feel like from all the trials and tribulations of from where you started from in general to where you feel like you're at now?
Uh, I don't know. 10 years is a long time. That's like high school to now. But like you're right though. Like it's been a journey. It's been by trials and tribulations. But if I would have looked at them as just straight like losses or anything like that, it's just like I would be in the dirt right now. Like so,
Mm,
like again, I'm always trying to push forward and just be a better me every day. Like, and it's easy to get caught up in the long game, but you really got to take things a step at a time. Literally, like you
for
can't
sure.
rush the process. You can't force things. You can't force your way into the industry. You can't because you just got to be genuine. You got to be humble. You got to be vulnerable. You got to again, I said earlier, you got to embrace humility. You know, um, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're doing your best, and you're doing it for a reason. Like if you walk with a purpose, you wake up with a purpose, then that's like the bare minimum. If you're doing that, then everything else can become secondary. And that's how to realize that. Just learning how to prioritize things. So yeah, it's been a journey, but I'm still pushing forward.
For sure. And what's the direction you think you going now? Like not so much like what's next for you, but just what are you next 5 years? What all do you see yourself doing, or where do you see yourself being with everything that you're doing now? Or where would you like to be in those
Oh
5 years?
yeah, in 5 years for sure. Just uh, well, DJing or residencies for sure. As if I'm not doing helping with touring and stuff for Matt,
Mm,
um, fashion, trying to have another show, probably maybe say 5 years, probably two shows in the next 5 years. I mean, two full collections, um, more runways, more red carpets. I've done my fair share, but I just elevate. That's what's next. Just again, doing what I'm doing now, but like times 1,000. You know, and again, only way that's gonna happen is by being consistent. So if I just stay consistent in each of those areas, then I know I'm good.
for sure. For sure. Okay. I think I got a couple more. Uh I don't know if I want to do favorite collection that you've done or collection that you know you'll do at some point. I kind
Mm.
of want to do both. Yeah, I want to do both. So what's the favorite collection that you've
I'm working
dropped
on
so far?
no every collection I've dropped so far has to be probably my first collection because my first collection was like a compilation of like 3 years of strictly cut and sew work. Like it was so much. There were so many pieces. There were like really about 80 pieces that I had to cut and sew. That's probably a stretch. Probably around a good 40. I did. And then I had to. It was a lot. Then I had a show with it too. That was like my debut fashion show as
Mm,
well. That I had in Chicago, and that was right after I moved back too. So like that was just like a whole chapter like accumulated into one. And that's like I ended the chapter with the fashion show, and then started another one right after that. So like that was, yeah, probably my first one was definitely my favorite. A lot of iconic pieces in that collection.
For sure. For sure. With DJing, what would you say has been what's the most challenging experience you had DJing? And then what do you feel like your greatest DJ experience has been? Like actual event that you DJ.
It is okay, but my greatest challenge probably was coming back to Chicago and then trying to come back to Chicago and integrating myself within this DJ community. And because like going from one city or state to the next, it's a whole different, it's really different. Like, it's a whole different community, different venues, different setting, different approach. So like, yeah, I just had to learn it again, come through the game. I had to learn and put myself in these spaces, even though I didn't want to be there, but like really just network, really just network, learning how to network, for real. So like, I feel like that was probably my biggest challenge, really just transitioning from different environments and being able to adapt to those environments.
Yeah. And then the greatest experience you had DJing.
Ooh, man, I don't know, man. I didn't. I want to say some of the tours that I've been on, but like some of the big, like some of the lyrical lemonade shows I didn't deal with. Oh, okay, it got to be a tie between. I did a college. I did like this college called Lake Forest College, like college in Illinois. They books me like a couple times throughout the year, but I think their homecoming last year, like 1,500, 2,000 students, and just me DJing for like 6 hours. It's a blast. Like at the time of my life. Like then I ain't been in college. I graduated college 5 years ago. So like I don't know, it's just fun, like just
Yeah.
being able to put myself in that space and also just do a good job. Like, it's not just about being there, it's actually just about doing the job as well. Like I did a great job. I had a great set. Everybody loved it. So like that was definitely. And then like for my past, like I think one of the Lyric Lemonade concerts I did was which one was I thinking about? I did a couple, but I think it was Uzi. It was Uzi. It was Uzi, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Famous Dex, um, this rapper from Los Angeles. I hate that I forget his name because he's big. And a couple other special guests. Oh yeah, Cardi. Cardi was there. It was Uzi Cardi. It was Uzi Cardi concert in Chicago. That's what it was. Yeah, and that was crazy. That was crazy, and it crazy because like Cole had literally asked me to do that. Like it wasn't last minute, but like I was in Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, and then he asked me like a week out, like, yeah, I want you to come DJ this show, um, and I want you to DJ the whole show. So I'm up there on the stage, 5,000, 8,000, 5 to 8,000 people in a what in a big old big hall, and I just had a blast, like bro, like literally just. I feel like when I was in high school, I went to concerts like that. So it's like being the one on stage now is just like so much fun. And then like just being around like I don't know like I listen to Cardi every day, so it's like being able to like be around those people and then introduce myself and actually be hold value in these spaces is really important. So like to show my value and then people be receptive to that and it's just know that I'm doing my best and I'm doing a good job and that I'm just it's natural. So like that's probably been my biggest accomplishment, just going up there, being myself, doing what I'm doing, and people embracing it, no holds
Absolutely.
barred. Because when I'm up there, it's like I can't again. People can spot some fake shit out of anything as well. So
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
music and stuff, it's here now and then gone tomorrow.
For sure.
Whatever
For
Drake
sure.
said.
I'm weak. I'm weak. Man, greatest accomplishment or biggest accomplishment as or in artist management. What would you say? What would you say is the thing you most proud of in terms of artist management?
Just to grow the foundation, do what I said I was gonna do. Like, it's easy to just be like, yeah, yeah, bro, I see the potential you got. Let me come and help you. And then like just try to piggyback on they stardom. It's easy to do that, but actually put in the work, you know, that's more important. So that's really the goal. Like, and to actually just see it actually happen in fruition. I can check that off. I did okay, we did that, check that off, okay, we did that, check that off. It's like, hitting those check boxes, setting those goals, accomplishing those goals, setting new goals. So um, that's been very validating.
For sure. All right. Well, we've made it to the final question. Got to ask everybody that's a guest this question. And so, man, we've talked about you wearing many hats, and just being a student of the game in all the games that you involved in and that you playing right now. As you juggle all those things and as you wear those multiple hats, man, what makes you qualified, bro? Like, what makes you qualified to, like, man, just be a leader in all these different games, man, and hold these and wear these different hats and wear them well and confidently at that? What makes you qualified as all those things?
I'm a man for the people, man. Early, like I'm a man for the people. Anything I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for myself. Like I'm doing it for us. Like literally, that's what I said. Anything I'm doing, I'm trying to make something, make y'all feel me, feel something.
Yeah,
So whether you're looking at it, even my presence, anything like so. Like I'm here for a reason. I'm here with a purpose, and I wouldn't be here without the people. So I have no choice but to keep going.
for sure. Yeah, and it ain't too many. Yeah, it ain't too many people being man of the people no more, bro. I definitely feel that.
That's what
So
I'm saying, bro. I'm trying to be a man of the people, bro. Like
feel that.
that's just I'm only one person. I'm not. I can't do it by myself. I got a vision though.
Yeah,
So as long as I got that support, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna keep going.
for
Even
sure.
if I don't get that support, I'm gonna keep going.
Facts. Look, if you don't do it, who else gonna do it, bro?
Exactly, bro. Like literally, I got a sign on my door to say like, at some point you got to stop talking about it. You just got to do it. The ideas is just step one. The execution is the goal,
Yeah,
and then it's about what's next. So if you keep that
yeah.
steady rotation going, you're good.
For sure. Absolutely. Well, bro, thank you. Thank you so much for taking your time, man, and giving me the opportunity to do this interview, bro. Glad we was able to catch up and finally get it done. But yeah, any projects you have that you want to let the people know about, let people know where they can follow you and where they can follow your artists and anything else you want them to just be tuned
So
into, bro. Just drop all the socials,
hey,
drop everything.
you can follow me. Well, my website is bystanr.com, bystanr.com. You can shop with me. Uh, my Instagram is @stain.dj, stain.dj. Easy. Uh, Artist I manage name is Matty Woods. You can find him on all DSPs, digital streaming platforms. Really, it's MATTYWOOD, money sign, Matty Woods. Check him out. And yeah, that's probably my brand page. It's only once me on Instagram or TikTok at bystan.r or bystan.r. Really just that. So
Thanks again, man. No, I definitely appreciate it. A lot of gems was dropped, bro. I don't know if y'all was listening or paying attention, but if you are a creative, an entrepreneur, anybody in this space, man, definitely take heed to a lot of what he said. And yeah, hey, I'll catch y'all next week, man. Peace.